u Holandiji. U narednoj emisiji ćete vidjeti šta je spremio za vas, ali on je svetski putnik. Bio je u Kanadi, pa da vidite kako u Kanadi kako se tamo proizvodi mleko, po kojim cenama i kog je kvaliteta.
Upozoravamo vas na samom početku priloga da će neke stvari koje ćete vidjeti u ovom prilogu o mlečnom govedarstvu Ontarija u dalekoj Kanadi biti u najmanju ruku čudne i iznenađujuće s aspekta nekog proizvodi mleko u Srbiji. Činjenica da neko ugrađuje LED osvetljenje u štale koje nema ni 99% kuće u Srbiji ili da se suprotno metodi koja se forsira u Srbiji da se krave drže slobodno u Kanadi namerno drže na vezu, sve to kvari nekim po znacima navoda dogme koje su naučene u našem mlečnom govedarstvu, ali istovremeno ima i nekih stvari koje ćete prepoznati. Na primjer, nešto što ste već mogli da vidite u štali Terzića i Sombora. Ali dakle, dva su stuba na kome počeva mlekarstvo ove zemlje, Kanade i pogotovo Ontarija, a Kanada je inače jedan od najvećih svetskih izvoznika genetike što se tiče krava. Prvo je dakle ta genetika, a zatim su tu i noviteti u držanju krava. U svakom slučaju, što se tiče sirovih podataka, u Kanadi je preko 90% krava Holštajn pasmine, muzu se veoma intenzivno, ali zato u trećoj laktaciji daju po pravilu preko 12.000 litara mleka. U četvrtoj laktaciji to ide i do neverovatnih 15.000 litara. Dakle, radi se o samom svetskom vrhu što se tiče proizvodnje mleka, makar po količinama. Ali da vidimo prvu zanimljivu stvar, da li je moguće da napravite farmu na kojoj je, dok je napolju minus 30, u samoj štali oko 6 stepeni. Dakle, minus 30 naspram 6 stepeni. Kako ta štala može da bude funkcionalna i na minus 30 i na plus 30 i da sačuva produktivnost krava? Pa može, ako su potrebni par trikova. Ali pre svega, pre toga da vidimo kako izgleda proizvodnja jednog, pa ipak ne baš prosječnog kanadskog farmera. Porodica Denisa Vajgleda se već 50 godina bavi mlečnim govedarstvom.
We have a Holstein herd here that we've had in our family for approximately 50 years, and we've chosen to milk Holsteins because of the high production that they have and the ease of working with them. Here we milk about 160 cows in a tie stall operation. We also have free stalls then for our heifers and our dry cows, and then our young calves, and we also have some bulls that we sell to different AI units around the world as well. We have room for about 550 cattle in this tie stall barn and free stall barn. The production here on our cattle is about 11,800 kilos of milk per year, per 305 days, 4.1 butterfat and 3.3 protein. So today it's right about a 38 liter per cow average is what we're doing. The cow production ranges from about 9,000 liters up to the high of 16,000 liters per 305-day record. And that we do sell a fair bit of breeding stock to different countries around the world. We've sold a lot of bulls and embryos is mainly what we sell from our farm, and that we've sold embryos from 31 different countries around the world.
I dakle, evo šta kažu stručnjaci, kako ambijentalni uslovi mogu da utiču na mlečnost krava i koja je poenta celog postupka. Da li je moguće da su Kanađani napravili objekat koji se zimi ne hladi, odnosno greju ga samo krave svojim telima, a leti se ne greje, odnosno troši samo energiju ventilatora koji dovode do cirkulacije vazduha.
In dairies today, we try to have an airspeed above the cows at 450 to 500 feet per minute in the pure summer heat. A lot of research, a lot of data that we have now is we can improve milk production by about 8% by doing so, and that's one of the reasons you see these fans hanging over the feed bunk. Typically, you would have the fans hanging over the feed bunk and also over the freestall area to keep the cows cool. Over the feed bunk to keep them in the feed bunk longer, which gives them more feed intake, which produces more milk, but also when they're laying down. A cow, when she's laying down for 16 hours a day, that's when she makes her milk. She'll be chewing her cud. You want to keep her as calm and as comfortable as possible. That's the other reason for the mattress, cool air and fresh air. And of course that lunge area that we talked about earlier as well.
This building that you see here is a dairy facility, naturally ventilated. There's no power involved in the actual ventilation of the building other than the recirculation fans. It keeps the building nice and warm. The coldest that this building has gotten was 5 degrees, plus 5 degrees. That's the coldest it ever got this past winter. And we do get summers here in Canada that are 32 degrees. And yes, this building stays nice and cool in the winter as well, in the summer as well. The main reason why this building stays nice and cool in the summer is because there's insulation in the roof of the building. And that not only keeps the heat in the winter, but it also keeps the heat out in the summer. The roof in this building is actually made out of two different parts. There's the outer roof, which is the top roof or the sheet steel on the outside. And then we actually have an attic space or a drop roof on the inside. And that space in between could be 2 meters, and that is where the insulation is blowing inside in order to maintain the cooler temperature in the summer. We can get a lot more insulation in this building by doing that 2 pieces of the roof, and it's a more economical way to get lots of insulation into that roof. The interior surface should be nice and smooth, and it also should be white in order to reflect the natural light back down inside the building.
No, šta je sa osvetljenjem? Pre par emisija slušali ste kako Terzić iz Sombora drži svoje krave pod 24-časnim osvetljenjem. U Kanadi već odavno rade nešto slično. Istraživanja su pokazala da kod krava svetlost daje rezultate, ali kada razmišljate o svetlosti, morate da razmišljate i o dodatnim troškovima.
In this facility we also have LED lighting. It's the new thing on the market today, and a lot of research as well on lighting in dairy cows. We're leaving the lights on in dairies somewhere around 18 to 19 hours per day. We're seeing an increase of about 7 to 8% in milk production by doing so. But with the increase in power cost, hydro, we call it hydro, you call it power, I believe. With the increased cost of power cost, with LED lighting, you can afford to pay the extra for your lights and reduce the cost of your actual power usage. And with the increase in milk production, you can pay for an investment with the light. You can pay for that investments with your lights in approximately 2 years. So it's something that in Canada and North America, we've seen a lot of dairies now changing over to an LED and lighting their dairies for up to 18 hours a day.
A šta je sa ishranom? Primetit ćete da je kanadski Holštajn uvek ogroman. To su velike, visoke, robustne, široke krave sa velikim grudnim košem i ogromnim stomacima. To nije slučajno. Poenta uspešne proizvodnje mleka je trošiti što manje koncentrovane hrane. Kanadska selekcija Holštajna je upravo išla u tom pravcu.
We feed with a TMR ration, so our ration is all mixed together in a complete ration, and that is fed to the milking cows twice a day. We milk 2 times a day in the tie stall operation with a pneumatic pipeline and with a milking track, milking track is up above me with the milk machines roll down that milking track, and that you might be able to see at a point later in this as well. We crop about 700 acres, 300 hectares thereabouts. We grow mostly the feed for our own cattle and so we feed corn silage, alfalfa haylage, high moisture grain corn, soybean meal, and then minerals. Is what we feed our cows for 365 days before they go dry and have a rest period before calving again. The rest period being 2 months in total, so we need a good leg feed. We need a big open ribbed cow, lots of capacity to eat lots of forage, because our ration is based on about 60 to 62% forage, 38% grain and minerals. So we try to get as much forage, which is the cheapest and least expensive feed in through them as well.
Ali sada nešto što će malo po znacima navoda da pokvari neka učenja o kravama u Srbiji. Iako se junice u Kanadi obavezno drže u slobodnom sistemu, krave koje postižu vrhunske rezultate obično su na vezu i postoji dobar razlog za to.
We have most of our cattle all our milking cows are in the tie stalls that you see when we're milking, but all our young stock and our dry cows are in free stalls. And we like the free stalls. And we like the tie stalls. The tie stalls we like because in a tie stall barn, most tie stall barns, if they're designed properly, will have cattle to sell. Most free stall barns, if they're designed properly as a group, need some cattle. That tells me that as free stalls, equipment can sometimes be hard on cattle. Our cattle are in our free stall, young stock are in free stalls. And the average age of calving of those there is about 25 and a half months of age, the first calving. We have been lowering that consistently over the last couple of years, and our goal is to get to about the average of age of the first calving to be about 23 and a half months of age. And so just a little less than 2 years of age at calving. And then to have our calving interval to be about 13 and a half, 14 months as well. Right now it's about 14.2 months is what our calving interval is. We do have young heifers that are calving in at 21 months of age, and we have a fair number of them that are milking that have calved the first time at 21 months of age. And they're big heifers. When they calve, they will be approximately 650 kilos of weight, and they will have, I don't know the centimeters, but it'll be about 59 to 60 inches tall as well, and that. And so we try to get the growth rate of the cattle up as much as we can.
I na kraju cena, i to cena mleka, to sve interesuje. Evo vam dva faktora koje možete da uporedite, cenu mleka naspram cene radne snage.
Our full-time employees gets about $45,000 per year, plus some bonuses as far as some meat and milk and gasoline to drive vehicles back and forth as well. And so even though we get a fair bit of milk for our milk, it costs a lot to hire a person to work for us.
How many employees do you have on the payroll?
We get about 76 cents per liter of milk is what we get, with some deductions off then as well in that for transportation, but it'll net out to us over 70 cents per liter of